Does trying to come up with a great idea sometimes feel like you are giving birth to Steven Seagal? Hi here, Phil there. A technique exists that causes instant and unstoppable ideas flow. And it doesn't matter if you're a web developer, a game designer, an advertising creator, an app creator, or a crane operator. It works for everyone, and it once changed me forever. I'm now going to demonstrate it to you. Here it is. Jesus. To demonstrate how it works, I need to conduct an experiment on a human. A human will be you. If you're a pet, please call your owner. So imagine you work in advertising and your brief is to come up with a cool ad for kitchen knives. This technique originally comes from advertising, hence the example. I will later show you how it can be used on anything else. Now prepare a pen and a piece of paper. You can also prepare a keyboard and a Google Doc. Or you can prepare a chicken. A pen and paper works the best. A chicken doesn't work at all. I will now ask you a question which you'll have to answer, but while answering it, you must absolutely do the following. You must become a crazy homeless woman, which means that while answering the question, I want you to imagine that you've completely lost your mind and shouting random words at passers-by without caring at all what they think of you, which means you must answer my question repeatedly, coming up with more and more answers and writing each of them down, and under no circumstances try to criticize or even doubt any of them, regardless of how crazy, nonsensical and incomplete it might sound. And one last thing, very important, since you, Svetlana, are a crazy homeless woman, I want you to once in a while answer my question with my question. So for example, if I'd ask you, where are the baby pigeons? Your answers will be A, the f*** should I know? B, ate them yesterday? C, and D, where are the baby pigeons? Ready? Let's go. You need to come up with an ad for a kitchen knife. Here is the question. How do we show that our kitchen knife is the sharpest on the market? By exaggerating its sharpness to an absolutely absurd level. Our knife is so sharp, go. Pause the video now. So here is what my crazy homeless woman said.
Our knife is so sharp, you drop it, it cuts through the earth and pops up on the other side. Our knife is so sharp, you can't see it. People fall victim to an invisible knife. It's so sharp, you cut off your arms and don't notice it. The housewife suddenly noticing she is missing an arm. Body parts lying in the house in random places. It's so sharp, it makes Einstein sound dumb when you use it. It makes everyone around you dumb. The wife is holding a knife and the husband is saying completely stupid things. Pictures of cells with various objects in it with fingers and pieces of plywood. The knife is so sharp, it cuts through air. Cuts through a fabric of space to a different part of the universe. You can cut a door into a parallel world or out of this world. To the God's room, or the devil's room, or the devil's bathroom. It cuts through water. You can ice. You can accidentally cut water in your tap. You can cut paper into halves. You can cut money into halves and make instantly more money and become instantly rich.
Was it fun, or did Steven Seagal manifest himself in one form or the other? And did you have any similar ideas to mine? Let me know in the comments, I'm super curious. So why does this work, and how the f*** do you achieve the same effect while brainstorming ideas for your own portfolio, a website or an app? This technique comes from the book called Creative Advertising, written by Mario Pricken. The key to the endless flow of ideas, and almost the entire principle this book is based on, can be summarized by just one quote from Albert Einstein. Einstein once said, Dietrich, ich muss deine Titchen rasieren. No, that's... sorry. Einstein once said, if I had an hour to solve a problem and my life depended on it, I would use the first 55 minutes to find the proper question. For once I know the proper question, I would use less than 5 minutes to find the solution. That's really it. The reason it's so hard to come up with great ideas in great quantities and have fun while doing so is that you're not asking the right question. I can explain. Imagine you are given a blank sheet of paper and told to draw something on it. Now, provided you are not a talented artist, how quickly can you come up with something to draw on it, and how fun for you will it be? Probably not so quickly and not so fun. Now imagine that instead of a blank sheet of paper, you are given a paper with this on it. And right away you have multiple variants in your head of what you can draw on it, right? Because of the way our brain works, creativity thrives when we are given some sort of constraints or limited resources to solve the problem. In the Creative Advertising book, these constraints come in the form of a very specific question, corresponding to the goal you are trying to solve. And formulating it in the form of a question automatically sparks the inner search process in your brain and is directed to you finding the answer. How could the USP, unique selling point, be depicted without words? How could the product be combined with something else to make the USP clearer? What exaggeration can represent the benefit more forcefully? Make it stronger, make it sharper, make it thicker, make it thinner. However, this book is about advertising and is aimed for creators in advertising agencies. What if you're not one of them? Let's say we need to make a dating site. How do you build an unusual dating site? That's a bad question. The question for a Batman. To create a better, more specific question, we need to take the thing we're trying to build and take it apart. Think about what qualities, parts, or physical characteristics it has and then ask a question about those. What is a dating site where users are missing, are evil, are ugly, are useless? What is a dating site where the entire UI consists of a single button? What if the entire dating site is inside the search bar? What if all the text on the dating site is scrambled and does not make any sense? What is a dating site where you can only use emojis instead of text? Another thing you could do comes almost straight from the creative advertising book. How could the product be combined with something else to make the USP clearer? What's a website that combines Tinder and Uber? Uber and Airbnb, Airbnb and Twitter, Twitter and weather.com. Not only coming up with these questions is already a fun brainstorming session in itself, and some of those questions already might seem like readily made answers. Answering each of them separately in a crazy homeless woman mode is a fun and productive way of going one level deeper and coming up with ideas even insaner that nobody has even thought of before. But, very important, when brainstorming answers to these questions, there are 3 rules that you need to absolutely follow. 1. Don't evaluate, criticize, or even doubt your ideas. There'd be a point for it later on. 2. Don't fall in love with the first idea you make. It's usually not the best one. Keep going. 3. Just keep going. Just keep going and add as many answers to your question as possible. Become a crazy homeless woman. Come up with as many answers as you can. Ask the question over and over again. And when you finally feel like you've exhausted the question, you can ask the new question. If this question is easy to answer, it's the right question. If you're struggling to answer it, it's the wrong one. It's not you, it's her. And only after you've come up with an enormous list of answers to your questions, you can finally send the crazy homeless woman home and start shortlisting, evaluating, and developing your ideas further. So let's see if I can use this technique to create a weird site for the purposes of self-promotion. Can it win awards? Will it bring me new clowns? Will it bring me new clients? How do you take it all the way to the finished product? And what are the best ways of shortlisting, evaluating, and visualizing the generated ideas? On the next videos I want to use this technique that we learned today to create something completely insane and web-based out of completely nothing, from start to finish. Subscribe not to miss it and to learn or to remind yourself how to think different. Tim, I'm talking to you. Thank you all very much for watching. Like it if you liked it or found it useful. It really helps me making these videos. Don't forget to look up and see you soon.